Hey guys, it's Sonia. How are you? Welcome back. I'm still working on this piece that you saw yesterday. I call this the in-between time. This is when you're working it. You know, the full reveal is not ready yet, but it's the in-between magic where you just start to work on a piece. You're starting to see some progress. You know, there are a few steps to bring it to completion, to give it that final, really pretty look. But it's coming together, and the in-between time has the magic. You know, this is where the change happens. It's like the end of day to morning, just the growth that happens in between. So I'll show you what I did this morning so far, and then what I'm up to, and we'll finish kind of this step that I'm on right now. So what I've done so far, since you saw me, is we put paint all over it. I started that process yesterday. And now I'm just doing some sanding in between my coats. And this morning I was into my stencil book and I found this one piece. I kid you not. I'm like, okay, is that a sign? Are you supposed to be used for this? In my stencil book, which I have not opened in many moons, there was one piece of floral from a transfer left. Hey, Darcy. And this is the size that it was. And I'm like, are you supposed to be on here? Because you are rustic. You can be floral and rustic. So I actually did this earlier today. I filmed it. I'll post it in a little bit to show you how I did it and the instant transformation that it did. Hey, Michelle, Ricardo. So what do you think? I decided, just because it popped up, and I'm like, you know what? My gut was, this could work. I've only got this size piece. It's not perfect, but this piece is not perfect. So it's going to be so good. It's really dulled down right now because I've been sanding and distressing it. But you know, once I go ahead and I do a seal on this piece, the clay paint just pops back up and it comes very vivid. And it actually looks like this black. This is all the black velvet back here. This one needs to be sealed yet. He's a little lighter. He needs to be sanded, sealed, maybe waxed a little bit, you know, something cool there. Hey, Margie, how are ya? That's what I'm up to. So what do you think? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, say yeah if you think that's kind of fun with the little fluoro. This is the handmade piece that just needed some TLC. So she's being worked on right now. And then this is what I'm working on right now. So if you can see this, I will turn my camera in just a minute. I'm beginning to put in some book pages in the back to cover up that pegboard. So we're gonna flip it around in just a second and I'll show you what I'm doing, the idea for it. But I think it's gonna be so good. And then this is the drawer here that I'm working on. Again, not sealed. This is just like first coats. I'm doing it in pieces. This is the pegboard here, actually, that when they handmade this piece, this is what they used. And, you know, it worked. Use what you got, right? What you were given. So, does this have a track? Does this have a track? But anyway, just to kind of show you if she will fit back in, or is there a trick I'm missing? Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can kind of see. I think she's off track. Are you off track? You guys get the, you kind of get the look, right? There we go. Okay, so, and the other thing is when you use, at the very end, I can use some monkey shine as well, because when you start painting wood contracts, expands. I mean, this piece that I purchased, it's sitting here in humidity as well. Today is really super hot out. I turned off my fan because we're going to be doing basically some gluing. But yeah, so the paper sheets are inside in the back right there. And the way I kind of see it is I'm going to edge it out a little bit and kind of combine it so the paper edges don't look so just kind of raw back there. This is I glued this morning, so it's still drying. We'll continue the work here. So I'm going to basically blend it in around the edges. And then also I might make up some black glaze. You ever heard of black antiquing glaze? I think that would be really cool as well, just to mute it. It's just the background of this piece. And then of course, this is the hardware that came with it. And I'm just probably gonna put maybe some gold on that. We look really pretty. Warm it up a little bit. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, this is just me sanding, beginning the distressing, and I think it looks really cool up there. So who wants to join me? I'll show you how I do my book pages. I love whimsical, magical pieces, and I also like pieces that don't break the bank, like little things that you can do to jazz up a piece to like really just put it over the top and make it wantable by people, right? So before I get into that, I want to say thank you to I think it was Catherine and oh my gosh, bought my two paintings that I put up yesterday. Thank you so much. If you're just joining me, I am flipping furniture. Junk Monkey Paint is coming back this week. And my first goal that I'm working towards is to raise money to purchase a home back on the island that I'm from in Newfoundland, Canada. So that's what I'm working on right now. So every time that you guys purchase something, know that it is going into a fund. So today I pulled out, I've been doing an art sale for the last little bit. And so I pulled these guys out today. My art prints, my original art is up on my Etsy. junkmonkeypaint.com will get you there. That will forward you to my shop where the Junk Monkey Paint will appear this week, as well as anything else I'm working on that I want to put up for grabs. So this is one that I did. It's an original art piece, and it says she turned her cans into cans. Don't tell me I can't do it, because that is now a challenge. And now I have to do it. Anybody else feel like that? You know, but this one, if you see my art, you'll notice that there has been a long, very much pattern, just like in doing art, you know, to inspire me. You know, when I put those sayings on paintings, it's because I'm saying it to myself as well, right? So when I have a goal in mind, it's like, yep, it's not, I can't do this. I can't make this happen. How am I going to make this work? I take that, you know, turn that frown upside down, you know, just flip it in your mind, because the mind is the most important thing, right? This is like, it makes it happen. It makes it so. So she turned her cans into cans, and you can as well. So if you need a little positive, a little fire, do you see how I did that with like hot pinks and oranges? Because yeah, it's all about fire, determination, right? The flippening. So I have 3 left of this print of my work. So those are up, just went up. And also, who remembers, were you here? Did you paint with me one of these trays? So I just put up the red posies, just went up moments ago. This is a tray that we painted together. We painted it together, I think we did it live, right? And so this is red posies here. This is a thrifted tray, and I just use this as a canvas. So if you're out there painting as well and you're thrifting, if you go to the wooden section, you'll find all kinds of stuff, and it's like the perfect base to paint on. So this tray, actually, it says made in Italy on the back. So I don't know, but we thrifted this tray together, and I painted some red posies, and today she is up for grabs. I think this would be really cool if anybody grabs it, is if you put some, like I could see this in my mind with a really pretty like ribbon. I see checkered ribbon or something like that, tied and hanging like this here, and use your ribbon to be your hanger. Or you could always get one of those like picture, what do you call it, like frame holders, you know what I'm talking about, the little easel things. What are those called? There's probably a name on them. And you could sit it onto it as well. So anyway, this one is up for grabs, as well as 3 of my prints. That is today's offerings and available. All right, so I'm going to work on this on the back. Who's with me? You guys are not a chatty bunch. What's going on? Tell me all the things. What's going on? I sat around a fire last night, had some good conversation. So this is the front. Stay tuned for the big reveal. She'll be done by tomorrow, by tonight actually. This is the in-between. And so this is what I did on the other side. So with the pegboard, somebody had a little, you know, ooh, my finger sticks. Don't push too hard. She's drying. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side right now, which is basically do something to cover that little hole. And then I'm gonna use book pages. I got these for free. Love a good flip. This piece was what, $6.99? This book was free. We got it. But this is an old bunch of books that were being thrown out. And I took them. And I've been using them. I have painted on them. I've used those as canvas, which I probably will do some fun stuff again. I think it's beautiful. I am somebody who loves, I've always loved stationery. Like I love anything to do with pattern papers, vintagey stuff. Tell me if you're the same. I love it. When I just went to Salem, Massachusetts this week, I was live from there. You guys saw me there. You know what I left with? I left with this junk journal, like a handmade junk journal, and a really cool feather pen. Like, that is my style. I love that. So I just plugged that little hole right there, plug down the other side. Now the pages are going to go over it. This is what I'm up to. Last night was awesome. A lot of you guys asked me, by the way, I'm just going to tear these pages in half. I have learned that you get less bubbles if you do smaller bits of paper when you go ahead to apply it on. So I'm just going to get a few. And yeah, that's going to be the back. And then once that's done, I can glaze over it to really antique it so it's not so, this is really stained paper as is, but I can even increase that so it really blends in with the overall rustic effect. So who saw the video that I put up this morning? So many of you ask, you know, do you miss your old house? How is your house? Are you guys still in your house? And I put up a video this morning. Last night we went, while we have moved from that 1800s Tudor home, we have remained friends with our neighbors. And so last night we were invited out to Titusville, Pennsylvania. I know there's a Titusville, Florida as well. And Titusville has what's going on right now, something called their, that should be enough, right, you think? Once I get my hands in the glue, it's not the time to be peeling off paper. You want to do that beforehand. I did that little bunch of papers in there this morning, and then people came to the bead bar and they needed help. And so I was finished with it and I walked out and they just needed help immediately. And I went over to the table and I was peeling the glue, like the dry glue off my fingers. And I'm like, they're probably going to think that like my fingers are like, the skin is hanging off my fingers and be really weirded out by that. Things that you, that make people like question, like, what are you doing exactly? What is that all about? But we went out to Titusville last night. They have what's called Oil Fest. Yeah, that's called Oil Fest. And it's a celebration. Titusville, Pennsylvania. This is really cool. Back in 1859, they drilled the first successful commercial oil well. And it led to the oil boom, as we know it, the industry. And so as a result, you know, that boom of industry really gave way to just a lot of money, and, you know, all the things that happen around that growth. So the house that we actually were in was part of that from the 1800s. And if you drive down Titusville, down Main Street, you will see that it is, I mean, the houses just look like doll houses. They're gorgeous. They're the big mansions. You know, Titusville is definitely one of those places that, you know, it's not a city. It's a small place. You know, through Junk Monkey Paint, and at the time that we did Junk Monkey Paint through the pandemic, that is where everything was shipped from. Our house was big enough that we could actually have our business within it, and it was beautiful. It was like a big old compound. It was amazing. So grateful. And then, of course, we evolved and we moved, and now we live in Erie. So we moved, I guess that would be northeast. Is that right? I think so. But it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful out there. I love it. So it was nice to be back last night. We, you know, when you're over the fence and you're looking back at your house, and when you see those big houses, you know, anybody else ever do this where like you see big houses and you find yourself thinking to yourself, like, I wonder what, like, all these windows, what are all the rooms inside, right? Monica, is it really Titusville, Pennsylvania? That's so cool. That's where we used to live on Main Street. But I posted a picture of a house this morning. So we were there last night for the Oil Fest, watched the beautiful fireworks, and sat on the other side of the fence from what was our house, which is a weird feeling because you look over, but it's so beautiful. You know, that's why I'm like, do you think of me like I think of you? I love that house. And it was beautiful for a season of where we were and what we did at that time. You know, we pulled up carpet. There was all this hardwood floor underneath it. I filmed the videos doing that. And it was just, it's very much a memorable time in my life. But that's one of those houses. It's like a Harry Potter house because it has so many cupboards. and like parts. I think I'm gonna put the straight edge, I think, on the, that way I don't have to worry about it being kind of ragged on the ends. Oh, I see, I gotta hammer this nail in. Don't fall apart when I hit this, please. But yeah, it's because you lived in the house, you know what every window is, right? You know what every window is. And so last night when we were out there at the gathering, I ate 4 pieces of pizza. It was wonderful underneath the fireworks. Beautiful weather and beautiful just company. And we took a walk around the block. And of course the curtains were open and I'm just like admiring the house going, oh my gosh, I miss that old house. And I could see in that, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I love, oh no, Titusville, Florida. Yeah, Titusville, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of the oil industry. So all kinds of cool history in Titusville up here. But do you guys remember when I painted one wall in the living room, one of the Junk Monkey paint colors? I had just come back from being out west, and I was really inspired by the landscape. And, you know, we were in Roswell, New Mexico, and all that red dirt and the red rocks. And I came back and I painted one wall in my living room, a color we had at the time called gingerbread. And it's really like a rusted root kind of color, like a spice curry, think like Southwest colors. And I love that wall, right? That's the time that I actually got into real plants, that I was doing a whole thing with, like, you know, taking the time to grow plants, and just really in love with the Southwest, and I was really inspired. Anyway, they kept the color on the wall. So last night I'm walking and I can see through because they have their curtains open and the light on. It'll not, you know, don't mistake it. There, I left my mark on that house. There is my one in that entire 1800s Tudor style home. There's one beautiful orange wall, my Arizona wall. It's about time for me to paint another Arizona wall. But I always loved to pop a color, right? That's pretty. What do you guys think of that? Don't tell me if you don't like it, right? I love it. So I will glaze this. So I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll glaze it. When I do paper like this, I'll use Mod Podge if I have it. This is some stuff that I got on sale, and so I grabbed it because if I see it on sale, I'm gonna grab it. And it's just like a gel medium, which is like a thicker, it's gonna feel like a thicker Mod Podge. But Mod Podge works well, I just don't have any. I've used it all up. But yeah, that was kind of cool to see. Watch the fireworks last night. Just hang out for a minute. It was awesome. I feel like, you know, when you move, you learn something about another part of the country. You know, you learn something else. You're exposed to new things. And so now I live in Erie, so I've been exploring Lake Erie. But down there, there's beautiful forest. Oh my goodness. We got the best morel mushrooms in Titusville. We used to pick them every spring. I remember I used to wrap my legs in tape to keep the ticks away. Ticks are scary, man. Couldn't tell you how many people I've seen this year just like put out posts that they've got Lyme disease. Oh, it's terrifying. Because those little things, they're so tiny, right? I don't know, what do they do? Just jump off trees? They see you coming and they're like, yep, I'm gonna hit your ride with her. She looks like a good host. Ticks are so bad that I'm like, I don't even want to go in the woods anymore. Or if I do, immediately I'm like, tick check. All right, so what I do when I do paper is I sandwich it. So we put a layer on below, and then we soak it with a layer on top. And as it sits here, when I'm done, I'm just gonna turn the fan on. I'm pushing the paper in right now, any bubbles or anything like that. I don't mind bubbles. Seriously, it's handmade. It's handmade, it's beautiful, it has character. but you can do things to help minimize, you know, you can use little needles to burst. If you really wanted to, you could iron paper on. I just do it this way. I love it. In the end, it's going to be perfect. So I can like edge the little bit of black right here just to soften up those edges. Go over it with a black glaze just so it has like an antique look to it, and it'll blend in with the rest of the pieces. But I feel like a piece with this on it would sell faster when this is all said and done than a piece that just has the pegboard. Tell me if you agree. So this is the in-between times of, you know, sometimes it doesn't look the best right now because it's the in-between times. It's like, okay, you know what it's like? This is what it's like. When you go to get your hair done and that moment that you're sitting there, and maybe they're just cutting your hair and you just like, you're sitting in the salon chair and you look at yourself with that plastic tarp wrapped around your neck and you're like, man, this is bad. Oh man, this is bad, right? So you start somewhere in the in-between. By the time you get the blowout, you get the finessing done, you know, the face framing, all that stuff, it's all good, right? Patty says, I've had 2 ticks on me. I freaked out. Oh, did you? Yeah, I've had to do that before because you don't know how long they've been on you. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. It freaks me out too. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. The wood's a scary place. So this is the back. Nobody's really even going to see this, but I just wanted to cover that pegboard. So anyway, now I'm just going to leave it probably in this position because the fan's below me. I'm going to turn it on. This will dry. This will suck into the pegboard. I will antique it, and then I will finish it off. I'm probably going to add a little bit of maybe a copper to it. I think that would be cool against the black. But yeah, cheapest thing ever. Save your books. And from being thrown out, these were literally ready to go. I got a couple of them, and so I'm gonna use them till the cows come home. But again, it's just a cool look, and if you love the stationary tactile, just, you know, even Victorian, you know what I'm saying, that sort of jazz, that's a cool thing to do. So this is what I'm using instead of like going out and getting wallpaper or paintable wallpaper or something like that. It's gonna be cool. I'll show you when it's completely done. But this is the back, remember. So this will be faced against a wall, but at least it will have a finished, cool look to it. That's the plan. All right, well, and also I will show you once I get the color onto it. But anyway, it's gonna be so cool. And that little drawer in the front, I was thinking I really wanted to, I could put a little bit of paper inside that handle if I want to. But I'll see. I'll let this dry first. And then I'll size it up, you know, the in-between, right? Well, friends, I will see you guys again tomorrow at 2 p.m. And I'll have this beauty finished, and I will show you the big reveal. She'll be out of the salon chair, the robe's coming off, the plastic thing around her neck, and she's going to shine. I know it. I believe it. All right, have a great day. See you tomorrow at 2. Bye.